I have an iPhone 6 Touch IC repair here. I've never done one of these. Well, I've done Cumulus, but not Meson. So no gray flickering white bars, even with a little bit of bending. The only thing that it does is that the touch will work, and then all of a sudden it'll die. And I guess the longer you leave it on, the faster it dies. To me, it sounds more like a cap issue, like a capacitor is failing or something like that, you know. So I don't even know if this is Touch IC or not, but I'm gonna go ahead and repair it and then see if I can replicate it. I tested it pretty thoroughly before I disassembled it, and you know it works fine for a good while, and then once you turn it off and try to turn it back on and try to touch, it stops working. I mean, this is a few hours later, so we'll see how it goes. So I know this is a little bit tighter than the iPhone 6 Plus, so I don't know. Hopefully I don't jack anything up here. Maybe I'm doing this the wrong way. Maybe I should do it like this way or something. I don't know. This way. Well, whatever I do, I'm going to try to lift it upwards and not burn my finger. Because the heat is going directly at me now. Maybe I should go this way like this. Let's try this. I really don't want to disturb these right here, because that'd be a nightmare. Worst case, I'd go that way. But my hands are jittery, so let's see, how am I going to do this? Ideally, I'd like to lift upwards and not disturb anything, but I'm going to burn my finger in the meantime. Let's try this. Try to get this corner right here. Alright, looks pretty good. Alright, well, maybe it is Touch IC disease. Maybe the symptoms are a little bit different on a 6. Because I do see some oxidized pads there. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. So maybe they are different. Who knows? And last time I did it, I just replaced Cumulus. Dumb me. So this time, it's almost always Meson. Almost always Meson. I'm hoping that's an NC in the middle there. Let's double check. Because we are definitely missing a pad. Yes. Okay. So let's clean this up a little bit without fix that oxidized pad. Put a little leaded solder. Clean up the oxidized pad. Get a little leaded solder in here. And that is the plan. Can't seem to oxidize that corner pad there. Anyways, let me do these first. Okay, let me just double check to make sure that, see, this one is not, that's ground. Okay. Alright. Alright. So, gosh, why is this thing harder to push these days? Uh-oh. 1, 2, 3 to our pad, but I'm hoping that's NC. Yes, it is. Definitely not as easy to clean as 6 plus here. Shit. Three pads are gone. Yes. NC. I don't think I'm going to push my luck. Why am I having such a hard time with this? What the fuck is going on? Sometimes my tips are shit. I don't get it. Like, this is shit right now. There you go. That's a little better. Alright, I think that's pretty good. So I've been kind of thinking about this, right? And I'm going to have to pause this and do it later. So you see these missing pads right here? Here's what I was thinking. Missing pads right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what happens when I put the chip on, right, and the pad has, the solder ball has nothing attached to? Does it bridge? I guess even if it bridges, doesn't matter, right? If it's not, if it's NC. Anyways, I don't know. I was thinking about just removing the solder ball for that pad and seeing how it goes. Thought about it because I've had some problems where I haven't been able to solve, and that's just one thought, you know. So anyways, maybe we can do it for this one. See what happens. So A1 is there. A1 is up there. Okay. So A1 is here. So dot is up there. Okay. So if the dot is here, right, then we have 1, 2, 3, and then the middle one, right? So it would be doop doop doop, and we would just remove the balls, right? Whoa. What? So meaning like, you know, I can just stick a solder thing down there and just kind of remove the ball, right? Should I do that or not? Let's give it a try. I don't know. I guess if I'm gonna try it, now would be the time to do it. So here's what I'm gonna do. Try not to mess this chip up. Just gonna reduce the ball and reduce the chances of it bridging. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 4, 6, 7. 2, 4, 6, 7. 1, 2, 4, 5. This one. Alright. I'm not going to jack it up anymore. I'm going to mess up one of the other balls and then I'm fucked. Which I might have done already with that one. Hopefully I didn't, but... Okay, I did. Got it right. Alright, let's see if it works. This is taking a lot longer than the 6 Plus. Maybe it's just because I've done it before, but... Heat the shit out of that, so... I mean, it looks pretty good. So, that looks pretty good. Other thing that I've been doing also is letting it, what is, someone just call me? Letting it sit for a little while for the solder joints to cool before putting IPA on it. That's another thing that I've been trying to do. Because, putting IPA on a cold joint, on a hot joint, I don't know what it does to the actual, to the joint. So, and the last thing that I've been doing is using Tachyflux instead of my MG Chemicals. When I put the chip back on, I use Tachyflux because Tachyflux seems to, I think it's no clean Tachyflux, so it dissolves a little easier than the other stuff. So just another little something that might help it from failing on me later on, because I've had a few more warranty repairs than I'd like to admit. over the past few weeks. Okay, that's cool. Anyways, I'm going to test it real quick and see if it works. Alright, I installed it on a tester phone, and let's see if it boots up. It's always nice to get a Apple logo. Alright, looks good. Touch. Boom. Alright, not sure if you can see that or not. Anyways, let's test it real quick. Oops. Can't even see it myself. Anyways, it looks like it's pretty good, so. Alright, dragged it all the way around. We are good. So I'm gonna let it sit for about a few hours here, come back to it, see if it locks up, because that's what I was doing earlier. So I'm gonna call this a Touch IC iPhone 6 Meson replacement successful. Thanks for watching.